everyone, it's your geek with the technique, shooting up the whole competition. And before we start our first episode for season 2, you guys should go check out a new game by an indie development studio by the name of Multivarious Games called No Mercy, a side-scrolling hack and slash style game for Steam. Think Castle Crashers meets Dynasty Warriors with some RPG elements thrown in. And if you love it so much, you can fund them on Kickstarter. The demo's in the description below, and the Kickstarter's in the description below. Oh, and today we're going to be talking about what makes Red Dead Redemption so good, and why, in my opinion, it's the greatest game, or one of the greatest games of all time. Let's begin. The Wild West, a common era for movies, but not so common for the video game industry. On May 18, 2010, Rockstar Games released their spiritual successor to Red Dead Revolver, Red Dead Redemption, a Western action adventure set in the early 1900s America, where the era of the everyday cowboy is coming to an end. And you, John Marston, a former outlaw, must achieve redemption as you must kill or capture your former gang members or pay the ultimate price, your family dying. Now, let's begin with why this is one of the greatest games of all time by covering the game in its glory of mechanics, atmosphere, characters, and so much more. One of the most significant things you will see when you soon enter the world is the atmosphere. The world has a classic Western feel to it that is unmatched by any other Western game in my opinion. From the tumbleweed rolling through this sometimes desolate and deserted land to the piano being played as soon as you walk into a saloon. The real atmospheric difference is when you reach Blackwater, a town with the times are changing feel where everything looks a lot more advanced and polished than Armadillo or other towns in Red Dead Redemption. So you really do get the idea that the end of the common cowboy is happening. The lighting and the land where you can see buffalo and a lot of other wild animals add that Western feel to it as well. Another thing I love to point out is the music, which I think is a very important aspect of a video game, which Red Dead Redemption does very well. So well that it added to the atmosphere and my perception of the video game, and the scenes of the video game did change over the course of time due to the music and the characters, which is another thing that Red Dead Redemption does a very fine and well job at doing. It's like a masterpiece. The characters in Red Dead Redemption are plentiful, each possessing something unique to them, in personality, habits, looks, and much more. You have central characters such as John Marston or Bill Williamson, major characters such as Abigail Marston or Irish, supporting characters such as Jonah or Eli, and minor characters such as Dale Hopkins and the Preacher. And the list goes on and on for pages and pages. Some examples of these characters would be Irish, who is an immigrant and has a dysfunctional drinking problem.
Yes, boyo, you messed up properly this time, didn't you? You little paddy bastard. You thieving McCunt.
You got it all wrong, Welsh. All wrong. It was French, I promise. He said he was going to rip you off. Now he's ripping me off.
Here, keep on talking there, Irish. In about 15 more seconds, your whole wheel's gonna turn black.
What's up, boys?
Fuck off, boyo. This don't concern you.
Or Jonah, a young deputy under Marshal Johnson's authority who is basically known to be an idiot with a strong southern accent.
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson, sir. And you. Oh, I done seen enough of your hide around here, friend.
I think there's some school children down the way you can go and frighten.
Oh, hardy fucking har.
But each of these characters has something unique to them personality-wise and habit-wise. One thing to look past all the minor glitches the game has is its smooth mechanics that are lovely and worked like fine-tuned machines. Shooting wasn't flimsy and out of control while trying to face multiple targets, but direct and on point, as was riding a horse, which was a breeze. And also, there's so much replay value packed with finding treasure, which wasn't just a walk in the park, side missions of bounty hunting, gambling, and even shooting contests, with even much more things I could say, but it would take up more time. And weapons were such a variety. You could really go in with a lasso, knife, revolvers, pistols, shotguns, rifles, repeaters, dynamite, molotovs, tomahawks, and so much more. And there's also so many locations such as Armadillo, Blackwater, New Austin, Rio Bravo, Cholla Springs, and there's also a lot of camps, outposts, mines, and a lot more, which makes the geographical exploration high. There's so many things we could talk about Red Dead Redemption. It's astounding multiplayer in my opinion, and it's awesome DLC Undead Nightmare, or even its awards, Game of the Year, Best Original Score, and Best Original Game. But I'll cut to the chase. Red Dead Redemption is a classic tale within its own right, and proves, in my opinion, that Rockstar is the king of amazing empathetic characters and open world games. That's what makes Red Dead Redemption such a good game, a legendary game, one of the greatest games ever made. So with that being said, I'll see you guys later on the next episode of GGS, and welcome to Season 2. Bye guys!